At the beginning of the story, we see a handsome boy named Brad with long hair. Brad was going somewhere in a car with his father. Brad loves his father very much because his father is his everything in this world. While driving, Brad jokingly says to his father, "Dad, the car is very old, it's time to change it." Hearing his son's words, the father laughs. While they were talking like this, suddenly a bloody boy came in front of their car in the middle of the road. As soon as Brad saw the boy, he quickly swerved the car and saved him, but lost control of the car. The car hit a big tree in front of him. The impact was so severe that Brad's father died on the spot. The next scene shows the events 6 months later. Brad is now in college, but he is not the same as before. He has completely changed. He is very depressed and upset all the time, because he feels guilty for the car accident 6 months ago. To overcome his depression, he has started taking various drugs. Seeing Brad standing alone and upset like this, a girl named Lola Stone comes to him and invites him to the prom night party that night. But Brad politely says no and explains that he already has a girlfriend and he will go to the party with her. This makes Lola feel very bad. As soon as he gets out of college, Brad meets his girlfriend Holly. When Brad tells Holly about his proposal to go to the prom night with Lola, Holly is very happy. Then they start romancing in the car. At this time, Lola Stone sees the two of them together from outside and she does not like it at all. Then Holly drops Brad off some distance from her house and tells him to get ready for the prom party that night. When Brad returns home, his mother asks him how he is going to the party that night. When Brad says that Holly will come to pick him up, his mother forbids him from going with Holly. She says that if they want to go, they should book a taxi, because taxi drivers have licenses and are skilled in driving. Since the accident 6 months ago, Brad's mother has not wanted to send him in a car with an inexperienced person. In fact, somewhere in Brad's mother's mind, there is an idea that Brad's wrong driving caused her husband to die, although she has never told Brad about it. However, Brad can understand this feeling in her mother's mind. Feeling sorry for his mother, Brad takes his pet dog and goes to the top of a high mountain far from home. He is so broken by this disappointment in life that he decides to jump off the mountain and commit suicide. But at the last moment, he thinks, who will look after his mother if he dies? So he changes his mind and sits on the edge of the mountain and listens to music. Just then, his mother's phone rang. Brad goes to answer the phone and talk, when an unknown person comes from behind and puts a handkerchief to his face, knocking him unconscious. Brad's mother on the phone hears his screams and realizes that her son is in grave danger. The man drags Brad into a truck and drives away. On the other hand, the worried mother went to her familiar places to look for her son, but returned home disappointed to find nowhere. Meanwhile, Brad's girlfriend Holly arrives at Brad's house dressed up for prom night, and Brad's mom arrives knocking on the door. Holly doesn't know anything about Brad, and when she hears he's come to pick her up, Brad's mom is worried. They both try to call Brad, but his phone appears switched off. Just then they found Brad's dog lying in front of the house badly injured, having been brutally beaten. Holly quickly put the dog in the car and headed for the hospital, but the unconscious animal died on the way. Brad's mother called a police officer in their neighborhood to report Brad missing. At first the officer takes it lightly, saying that he's not a kid and will be right back. But when he hears that their dog has also been killed, he takes matters into his own hands. Meanwhile, on the way to kidnap Brad, the truck driver spots a dead animal on the road and picks it up before the truck pulls into the parking lot of a mysterious house. It is revealed that Brad was kidnapped by none other than Lola Stone and her father. This Lola had proposed to Brad a few days ago to be his partner on prom night, which Brad turned down. When Lola's father brings her a beautiful dress, Lola starts wearing it in front of her father, and her father looks at her with a strange and uncomfortable look. Meanwhile, Brad is strapped to a chair made for prom night. When Brad regains consciousness, he sees Lola's father, Lola, and a strange old woman beside him, who has a strange mark on her forehead. They were celebrating wildly by decorating the whole house like a prom night. As Brad repeatedly screams for life, Lola becomes enraged and destroys Brad's jugular vein with an injection, causing Brad to lose his voice forever. They then forcefully take a photo with Brad, and Brad takes the opportunity to quickly remove the old woman's hair clip. After the photo shoot is over, everyone starts eating and drinking together. Lola notices that the old lady is not eating. Seeing this, Lola Stone is very upset with him. Lola Stone then forced food into the old woman's mouth. Seeing this, we understand that this old woman is not actually Lola Stone's mother. Instead, these people kidnapped the old woman just like Brad. Lola Stone then looks at Brad and says, "Are you going to eat too?" He then approaches Brad with a chicken leg piece and tries to force-feed Brad. But Brad refuses to open his mouth. Brad then came up with a plan to escape from there and told Lola that she had to go to the toilet. Then Lola drank milk from the glass on the table and told Brad, "You go to the toilet in this glass." But Brad refused to go to the toilet in front of everyone. In fact, Brad did not need to go to the toilet. It was just an excuse to escape from there. But Brad is now trapped, because Lola is adamant that Brad has to go to the toilet. Lola's father came to Brad and said, "I will count to 10. If you do not go to the toilet by then, I will hammer a nail into your private part." At the same time, he told Brad that he had also beaten his dog to death with a hammer. Then Lola's father raised the hammer and nail and started counting to 10. Brad didn't really need to go to the toilet, it was just an excuse. But when Lola counted to 9, Brad somehow managed to go to the toilet and saved his life. Brad had been trying to untie his handcuffs for a long time with a clip he took from the old woman's hair, and finally succeeded in untying her handcuffs. As soon as he was free, Brad kicked Lola hard and threw her behind. Lola's father then went to catch his daughter, and Brad took this opportunity to escape from the house. He quickly went under Lola's father's car and hid. After a while, Lola's father came out looking for Brad in a rage. He got into his truck and started the car, but Brad, who was hiding under it, hurried out for fear of being crushed. But Lola's father saw him and started chasing Brad. Brad then quickly ran up a large tree in front, and Lola's father's truck crashed into the tree. However, he was not seriously injured. Just then, Lola Stone also came there. Then the two of them started throwing stones at Brad, who was sitting on the tree, from under the tree. Suddenly, a stone hit Brad directly on the head. Brad fell down unconscious. Then the two of them picked Brad up and brought him back inside the house. They tied Brad tightly to the chair with rope again. However, this time they did not tie Brad in the usual way as before. This time, Lola's father hammered a knife into Brad's leg so that he could not try to escape in any way. On the other hand, Brad's neighbor, who is a police officer, was looking for Brad. After reaching the mountain from which Brad was kidnapped, the police officer found Brad's phone there. The police officer took the phone and handed it directly to Brad's mother. On the other hand, Lola Stone has a special album, which contains pictures of many boys kidnapped by her and her psycho father. Lola stands next to each boy's picture, which clearly shows that this is not the first time she has done this brutal act. The two of them have been doing this terrible thing together since childhood. Lola's father kidnapped various boys for his daughter, and Lola brutally tortured them and finally killed them. While flipping through the album, Lola shows Brad a picture of a boy named Timmy and tells him that Timmy was the first boy who somehow managed to escape from them. After looking closely at the picture, Brad is stunned and realizes that this Timmy was the one who suddenly ran in front of his car 6 months ago. And that day, while trying to save Timmy, Brad's father had a car accident and died. Brad now clearly understands that Timmy was not responsible for his father's death, but the real culprit was this psychotic father and daughter. At the same time, it is revealed that Timmy was actually the son of a police officer in their neighborhood, who is now looking for Brad at the request of Brad's mother. Then Lola draws a large heart symbol on Brad's chest with a sharp cutlery and writes S, which means Lola Stone inside it. Lola's father brutally sprinkles salt on Brad's bloody wound, causing Brad to writhe in intense pain. But due to the injection of bleach into his throat, no sound comes out of his throat. Then Lola's father crowns Lola as the prom queen, and Brad is also given a paper crown. They start dancing to the music, but Brad cannot dance properly because of the knife stuck in his leg, so Lola leaves him and continues dancing with her father. After the dance, Lola's father cuts up a dead animal he found on the street and opens a secret door in their house and throws it into the basement below. From there, strange and terrible sounds begin to come from, which Brad realizes that they kidnap the boys every year and throw them in this basement. Realizing his certain death, Brad decides to escape from there by any means and secretly starts cutting the rope on his hand with a blade that is nearby. Finally, Lola's father brings a drill machine and gives it to Lola, and Lola says that this is the first drilling in her life. Then Lola's father holds Brad's head tightly, and Lola Lola turns on the drill machine and comes forward to drill a hole in Brad's forehead, just like they did in the old woman's head earlier. Brad screams in fear and tells Lola's father to stop, but they do not listen to anything. After a long attempt, Lola succeeds in drilling a hole in Brad's head. But Lola does not give up here. She brings a bucket of boiling hot water and plans to pour it on Brad's head, so that Brad's brain will melt and he will also become dull like the old woman. When Lola tries to pour the hot water on Brad's head, the water does not enter because the hole is too small. Lola then tells her father to make the hole bigger. When Lola's father goes to drill Brad's forehead again, Brad frees himself with the blade. He hits Lola's father in the face with the blade, throwing him away, and pulls the knife from his leg and stabs Lola's father repeatedly in the throat, killing him there and then. Lola then attacks Brad from behind. Brad knocks her to the ground and knocks her unconscious with a powerful punch. Brad then throws Lola's father's body into the dark basement below, where the hungry people who had already imprisoned jump on Lola's father and start tearing him apart. Meanwhile, when Lola regains consciousness, she pushes Brad into the same basement to avenge her father's death and closes the door from above. Brad finds a torch inside the basement, and when he turns it on, he sees several violent people around him who rush at him upon seeing him. Brad and they fight for a while, but Brad, who had not eaten for a long time, lost them all one by one. That's when Brad noticed the pile of bones lying there. On the other hand, Lola got angry and killed the old woman with a hole in her head. Meanwhile, Brad's girlfriend Holly was very worried about Brad's disappearance. Suddenly, she remembered that Brad had told her that Lola had asked her to go to the prom, but Brad refused. As soon as she remembered this, Holly quickly called their neighbor police officer and told everything. The police officer immediately drove to Lola's house and reached there. Seeing a lot of blood on the floor through the window of the house, the police officer realized that something big had happened inside. As soon as he raised his pistol and opened the lock and entered, Brad heard someone's footsteps from the basement below. Brad realized that someone had come and he started screaming for help from below. The police officer above also hears the noise and realizes that someone is trapped below. He quickly opens the basement door and sees Brad inside. But before the police officer can rescue Brad, Lola Stone appears from behind. Lola brutally kills the officer by hitting him on the head with an axe and throwing his body into the basement. Taking this opportunity, Brad quickly picks up the officer's pistol and starts shooting at Lola one after another. But unfortunately, not a single bullet hits Lola, but Brad's pistol runs out of bullets. Lola then tells Brad that Brad made a big mistake by killing her father. To take revenge for this, she is now going to Brad's house, where she will avenge her father's death by killing her mother and her lover. Saying this, Lola sets off on foot towards Brad's house. Meanwhile, Brad's girlfriend Holly was also driving towards Lola's house. Because the police officer who had been investigating the area since last night had not returned, Holly was originally going to Lola's house to find the officer, but she did not know how dangerous it could be to go there. On the way, Holly saw Lola walking in a bloody and injured state. When Holly stopped the car to help her, Lola suddenly got into the car and started stabbing Holly with a knife. Holly somehow saved herself and got out of the car and started running, and Lola also followed her. At that moment, Brad arrived there in the police officer's car. Although he turned the car around and saved Holly, he hit Lola, who was coming from behind. Holly quickly got into the car and was very scared to see Brad's horrible condition. Brad was trying to convince her that Lola was responsible for all this, when he saw the injured Lola still crawling on the ground and coming towards them. Brad became extremely angry and the car drove backwards at high speed, crushing Lola. Finally, Lola died. In the last scene of the film, Brad is seen returning to his mother unharmed. Having got his son back, the mother hugs him in complete peace, and thus end this thrilling story.